Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Beautiful summer day. Yay. So please stand and bow to your spirit as we sing our gathering hymn. That's in your great hymnal. Come sing a song with me, number 346. 346. So welcome to the Unitarian Universalist congregation of Hillsborough, where we constantly strive to be an open and welcoming congregation to all who seek community and support. We don't worship in one specific way each week. We don't require that we all adhere to one specific creed or common belief, but rather we're a covenant community, committed to loving and supporting each other in our individual, lifelong quest for truth and meaning in matters of our personal faith. So whoever you are, member, guest, or friend, and for whatever reason or purpose guided you here to join us today, we welcome you. So my name is Linda Seligman, and I'm the worship coordinator for today's service. Our theme this month is cultivating relationship. I think that's a good thing for all of us to be contemplating on our own, cultivating relationship. It is a lay-led congregation. We have lots of folks, lots of contributors who make this place work, and we appreciate all that is done. And we give a big thank you to all who make this a great place to be. And a place where we learn, grow in spirit, and love, and develop our community. And today I have the unique privilege and honor to welcome our UU chaplain, Reverend Yuri Yamamoto. And Yuri, they or she, is a board-certified chaplain and minister ordained and endorsed by the Federation of Christian Ministries. And After coming from Japan to the United States, Yuri was a scientist, a molecular biology, plant biology person.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah. Go plants. Yes, plants. And a credentialed church musician in a Unitarian Universalist congregation. Their theological education is from Shaw University Divinity School. And after 2 CPE, that's clinical pastoral education residencies, Yuri is serving as a clinical chaplain in a close custody state prison. It's definitely important chaplaincy work. Yuri completed the Moral Injury Certificate Program at the Shea Moral Injury Center, where they also serve as a facilitator and trainer of moral injury peer support groups. Yuri and her husband have 6 kids, 4 kids-in-law, 6 grandkids, and 1 dog. So in this week's sermon, Yuri's going to explore why we need each other to survive. And she'll reflect on the question of their human experiences as a chaplain, an activist, and a fellow human being. But before we create our time for worship, we'll need to share some important announcements. First of all, a good time to put the phone on silent mode. And if you have an announcement, come on up. Let us know what it is.
So I heard from a volunteer with OCIM that they are low on groceries donations, so I just wanted to put that out there. If anybody has any food to donate, they are in need.
I'm just going to stand here so I can set my stuff down. My name is Amy, and I have some announcements. These are all from our congregational newsletter, which is sent out every Friday. If you're not subscribed, please do so. You can talk to me. There's links on the website. So I'm going to run through these real quick. Today, we have a picnic at the home of Dave Belt and Nancy Ballantyne on Lake Orange at 1 o'clock. Next weekend, on Sunday, August 25th, is our backpack blessing service. So anyone who's returning to school, please bring your backpack with you to that service. We have a special ceremony we're going to do. On August 30th through September 1st, UCH will be camping at a nearby campground. Please join us for that. September 1st at 3 o'clock, we are having a Pathway to Membership class. It's later in the afternoon to allow campers to return. If you are curious about membership, please come. There's no pressure to join, though of course you will be welcome to do so. Also September 1st, the Songbirds will be practicing at 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock here, that's our singing group, which is open to all voices. September 7th, we are having a Council of All Beings led by Alicia, there she is, at 2 o'clock. And September 8th, we are having our annual water communion service, so please plan on being here for that. It's one of our annual favorite services. I also want to mention that registration is open for our religious exploration classes. So if you have a child or a youth, please register them. The link is in the newsletter and probably should be online. I will get that taken care of soon. I think that's all I have. Thanks, everybody.
Hi, I'm Patty, and I'm once again just going to push for the care team here. You do not have to be a member of the care team to participate in helping our congregants who are in need of help. Right now we have 3 people on the list in need of rides. AC, who got here today, Pam Dickens, and Cliff Staten. And Cliff passed today. He did have a ride, so but he passed for a visit from his son. But anyway, if you have extra time one morning, you just feel like helping somebody out, you do need to be able to, in 2 of the cases, put a wheelchair into your vehicle, but they fit in my Prius, so room isn't an issue there, just the ability to hoist it into the truck or something. And then that's it. Okay?
Hi, I'm Aurora. I have some children and youth religious exploration announcements. Number one, please register. We, part of our child safety thing is that we have everyone registered every year so we know things like how to contact you in an emergency and what your kid is allergic to and all those kind of things. But also, we're planning some really cool stuff this year, and we need, as part of your registration, for you to fill out some information about what your kid wants to do so we can plan our activities. The first thing that we're going to be doing in the fall is we're going to be reviving our sacred story skits again. So if your kid, we've got things for everyone of all interests. If your kid doesn't want to be on stage, we've got, they can paint sets, they can help with costuming, they can, be a stage hand during the actual performance if they want to. If you can come a lot of times, you can have more speaking part. If you can only come a few times, you can have a short speaking part, or you don't have to speak, you can just be on the stage. But I need to know what your kid wants to do and kind of what their reading ability is to do things. So please put that when you register. Please, talk to your child about what they want and put that in the thing. It's open to children and youth. We really like to have some strong readers to be our narrators and some of our longer speaking parts. And then in the spring, we are hoping to offer OWL for 4th through 6th grade, which is a comprehensive reproductive health and body positivity kind of program. And if that's something you would like for your child, if they're in that age range, let me know by also filling that information out in the registration. So thanks.
Hello, I'm G. Just wanted to say that it is our monthly game night tonight at our house. There will be no food service, so we encourage you to go to Dave Belt's picnic first. But if you fancy some bargains after the picnic, come to ours.
Last chance for announcements. So we will have a coffee service in here after the service, and you're all welcome to join us. So let's get ourselves ready for our time of worship together. I will begin with our chalice lighting. The Heart of Faith by Monica Jacobson Tennyson. What is it that calls you here? That calls you onward? That calls you inward? That leads you homeward? What is it that gives you the power to make that change? To ask that question? To take that journey? What is it that says you have done well? That asks you to learn more? That brings you to stillness? That holds you up in hard times? It is relationship, the beating heart of our faith. It begins when we share this hour, our truths, this air, our hearts. But come, let us worship together today.
Today's opening words is by Martha Valentin, a young minister, titled Waiting. Step into the center. Come in from the margins. I will hold you here. Don't look back or around. Feel my arms. The water is rising. I I will hold you as you tremble. I will warn you. Don't look out or away. Life is in here between you and me. In this tiny space where I end and you begin, hope lives. In this precious tiny space, no words need to be whispered to tell us we are one. You and I, we make the circle if we choose to. Come, step in. I am waiting for you. Today's opening hymn is Open the Window, number 1022, and you hear him now. I am going to do this the way I do it in the prison, which means I sing the first verse, the second verse is on. I'm going to just make up whatever I want to say. Usually that's like what I observe, or things that we don't want to talk about. So, is this something that you know pretty well as a congregation? No? Okay, so how about we just practice this actually even has some movements if you really want to get into it, but maybe we need to learn the words first. So the words are open the window, children, open the window now, open the window, children, open the window, let the dove fly. And I have to sing that to know that, remember the words. Isn't that interesting? And then the first verse goes, Mama and Papa are fighting like snakes. Open the window, let the dove fly. Baby is crying like her heart, I think it says, is going to break, but open the window, let the dove flying, and then open the window, children, open the window now, open the window, children, open the window, let the dove fly. So we just kind of slowly practice that. Open the window, children, open the window now, open the window, children, open the window, let the dove fly, open the window, let the dove fly. Mama and Papa are fighting like snakes. Open the window, let the dove fly. Baby is crying like her heart will break. Open the window, let the dove fly. Open the window, children. Open the window now. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dove fly. Open the window, let the dove fly. All right, and then it speeds up. Open the window, like that, okay? But if you feel like you need to move, open the window, and children, it's like, come on, children. Open the window now. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dove fly. Open the window, let the dove fly. Unfortunately, I don't have 4 hands. Or sometimes people say, no, you need a 4 brains to do that too. So certainly I don't have those. So, but the songwriter is very, very generous. She loves people to create things out of her songs. So I even wrote a Japanese version of the chorus part. which she embraced. And of course, you can see that there's a Spanish version that I haven't memorized. So if you feel like doing Spanish version once in a while, please feel free. And if your movement, if you think, especially like this place, opening the window should involve this, you can do that. So let's try. Open the window, children. Open the window now. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dog fly in. Open the window, let the dog fly in. Mama and the papa are fighting by snakes. Open the window, let the dog fly in. Baby is crying like her heart's gonna break. Open the window, let the dog fly in. Open the window, children. Open the window now. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dog fly in. Open the window, let the dog fly in. Well, if you think I'm moving really slow today, you're right. I didn't get older between last time I'm here. Well, I probably did. Open the window, children. Open the window now. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dog fly in. Open the window, let the dog fly in. So what happened was, I'm so cheap. So I was walking with broken shoes, and of course, I tripped over it and hurt myself. Open the window, children. Open the window now. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dog fly. Open the window, let the dog fly. Open the window, children. Open the window now. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dog fly. Open the window, let the dog fly. Okay, I think it's Joys and Sorrows, right? Okay. It does it.
Thank you, that was fun. Ours is a welcoming community where we find connection, a sharing community where our joys are celebrated, and a caring community where our sorrows are lessened. So each Sunday we take some time to reflect on the special happenings that have happened this week amongst our members and friends. Some choose to share aloud, while others choose to remain silent. And here we make room for both. So for those of you who would like to share aloud, please take a moment before we begin to center yourself, collect your thoughts, so that what you share this morning is personal, heartfelt, and brief. So now please come forward, tell us your name, and share what's in your heart. And when you're finished, you may release a stone into the vase on the altar. And for those of you joining us online and would like to share your joys or concerns with us, please put them in the chat and tell us if you'd like us to read it out loud, and we'll be happy to drop a stone for you. So come on up and share what's on your minds and hearts.
Hi, I'm Aurora, and I have a joy and a sorrow. We dropped my kid off at the dorms. Now my nest is empty, but they're gonna have a good time once they get settled in, I'm sure. So anyways, yeah, so that's me.
So for those of you who would prefer to silently acknowledge your joys and sorrows that are remaining in your hearts and minds, I invite you to come to the altar and release a stone into the vase in silence while Aviva plays Spirit of Life. And after she plays it through one time, you're all invited to join in singing this meditation song, and the words are printed in your order of service. These things within the heart of this community, both spoken and unspoken. By remaining silent for a moment, let us consider what has been shared and how we might respond. And let us close together with Amen and blessed be. Amen. Blessed be. And now we are going to sing our children into class. And so let's sing the Children's Blessing, located in the back cover of your great hymn.
But simply punishing the broken, walking away from them, or hiding them from sight, only ensures that they remain broken and we do too. There is no wholeness outside of our reciprocal humanity. This is by Brian Stevenson from his book, Just Mercy, a story of justice and redemption. so you may know me. Please feel free to echo me. Listen, listen, listen to my story, so you may know me. I'm sharing a story of my own choice. For this brief moment, I ask you to suspend your own voice, and with no judgment, assumptions, or distractions, let my story seep into your heart. When the time comes for you to speak, I will do my part. To listen, listen to your story, so I may know you. Better, listen to our stories, so we may know us Listen, listen, I invite you to imagine sitting in a small, cluttered office with lots of books and papers. You are face to face with me. The door behind me is open into the day room where correctional officers are, and other inmates may also walk through from time to time. You have just been invited by me to come to the office so I can get to know you. After thanking you for agreeing to come, I usually ask, so what do you want me to know about you? How would you answer? This is how I meet each man in my main unit of about 200 men. Some are stunned by the question and say, I don't know. What What do you want to know? You should ask questions. Some delve right into their crime or punishment. Several began with, I want you to know that I'm a good person who made a mistake. One person once started like, I have 3 brothers and 1 sister. My parents are divorced. I'm still connected with them. Then he looked at me questioningly and said, well, is that what you want to know? So I answered, is that what you want me to know? And we laughed. I'm pretty sure that's something that a chaplain wants to hear. I'm a good Christian. I go to church every week. I pray all the time. Well, I could read the Bible a little more, I guess. I usually ask them to start over and imagine that I'm not a chaplain. Some are simply delighted that someone wants to know me. That's rare around here. I don't ask about their crime, but some share their struggles with the weight of their crime and punishment. Others emphasize their innocence. Some said that they would have been dead had they not been incarcerated. Sometimes we talk about what they had read recently or sing together. My 1-year anniversary of being a prison chaplain is on Wednesday. I have met more than 200 men in this manner, spending anywhere between 20 minutes to more than an hour to establish our relationships. Being a shy new kid on the block was very difficult, and it took me 4 months before I finally started recruiting men to come to the office to talk to me. Looking back, I was first overwhelmed by the environment. Drab colors of the walls, super heavy doors with eerie noise controlled by someone I can't see. Incredibly few windows and very little sunlight. Fences and barbed wires outside the only one narrow window of my office. Leaking rains in hallways, defunct chapel, and apparently even in cells. Echoes bouncing off the concrete floors and walls, making it impossible to understand the speech. Yelling and banging on the door or windows. Strange smells of food, trash, mold, and many men in close quarters. The air that made my eyes hurt. Inmate workers struggling to push enormous food carts up and down the hill. Brown, gray, white, and black colors inmates wear. Clearly, prisons are not in the hospitality business, and it took a while to get used to it. And then, about 200 men who were supposed to be under my care. Who are they? Where are they? Most of them are in the workforce for the prison operation, like kitchen, janitors, maintenance, canteen operators, to name a few. Constantly going to work, classes, or programs. Those 200 workers served the entire prison with nearly 1,000 inmates. When they are in the block, they're often not in their cells, but out socializing, working out, or watching TV. Hardly anyone asked for a chaplain visit, but I could not be satisfied by doing numerous paperwork and supervising religious programs. I identify as an accompanist for the soul, and I needed to be with people. When I finally decided to begin recruiting them, fortunately, most of them said yes. Chaplaincy is not a cookie-cutter approach. Each chaplain must struggle and let their kind of chaplain emerge. Getting to know yourself is a vital part of chaplain formation. Getting to know these men has helped me grow, not only as a chaplain, prison chaplain, but also as a human being. I am still evolving, and I am in the right place where I can grow with those whom I provide care. And that will be my main story today. As you might imagine, a lot of them have heartbreaking stories from their childhood or adolescence. They also miss and worry about their children. No matter how the conversation begins, the topics often move to what are troubling them, and loneliness, fear, grief, future uncertainties, or difficult childhood memories come up. It is as though their personal Pandora's box has been opened. I encourage them to stay with those difficult stories rather than jumping straight to hope. Many have those feelings or stories because they could become their liability. Many have those feelings or stories, but they hold them to themselves because they could become their liabilities. Seen as weak in a tough environment can be dangerous. And those who have sexually abused a child are targeted by inmates who had been victims of such abuse. I have heard both sides of the story. Now I'll also have my own stories. When I was molested at 7 by a stranger, a young man, I became very angry against my mother. I also hated myself for a long time. I didn't understand my anger before my mother died. But once I got triggered again, so I went to a support group where "my mother didn't believe me" came out of my mouth. This explained my anger against her. After a series of therapy sessions, I told my therapist that I empathized with my mother's pain and also felt compassion towards the young man. If he had a sexual urge to harm children, how difficult it must be for him to be in a culture that condemns it. Today, I see these men every day. Most of them do not tell me the details about their crime, but I have access to their records. And Google would tell me the media portrayal of these men if I ever wanted to know. They are real human beings rather than a stranger I never knew. By their presence, I am learning to truly forgive and love these men, not from a safe distance, but in front of me. I am also taking care of myself. When we talk about forgiveness, I remind them that in addition to forgiving and loving those who had harmed us or put us in harm's way, we need to acknowledge our own hurt and learn to forgive and love ourselves. My own words to them remind me what I need to be doing. Like a preacher preaches a sermon they need to hear, right? Once a man talked about his family being torn apart because of an abuse involving his sibling. Child Protective Services came. Soon he became involved in various juvenile programs. This reminded me of my own fears when one of my children told our neighbor that their sibling had molested them. When the police came and concluded that only verbal insults happened, I was greatly relieved. But years later, both children told me that the abuse had actually happened. The one who had harmed seemed more tormented and troubled than the victim. And as adults, they are working on their own issues. But the inmate's story exposed my own unfinished emotional business on this issue. My father's drinking has also surfaced because some men have said that alcohol was the reason for their demise, which are sexual assaults. Growing up, I loved my father as my hero, and he also loved me. His drinking habit was just part of who he was, and I had pushed aside some embarrassing or uncomfortable memories for decades. After my mother died, I learned that he had many mistresses during their long marriage. The last one married him later and told me many stories of my father I did not know about. She and my father were in the same trade association, and according to her, whenever they went to a retreat, he and a couple other men would get very drunk and stormed into women's rooms. In one of those moments, he came into her bed and hugged her. Back in those days in Japan, things men did when they were drunk were forgiven. And she said, culturally speaking, and she said that she had been thrilled that my father was interested in her, except that he didn't even remember what he had done. But men who behave in similar ways here today ends up in being locked up. This prompted me to reflect on the complexity of my father, not only a loving hero, but also a man with many issues. I do not condone the behaviors, but knowing my father's complexity also helps me see the incarcerated men with similar behavior patterns as fellow human beings worthy of love and care. Finally, when a man told me that his father never wanted him, I thought of my own stories. I said earlier that my father loved me. I believe it as absolutely true. But it was also true that he did not want me. Many people told me that he never wanted to have a child, and that included my mother and his friends. But because we were so bonded, I didn't know that the child he didn't want was me, his only child. A few years before his death, I wrote him a thank you email on Father's Day, saying that he loved me so much I didn't have to grow up knowing that he had not wanted me. His response was a complete denial. I now know that he did not want me. He disappeared for a few days when my mother was having me in the hospital. He also wrote details of his affair in his journal less than 2 years before I was born. There, he and my mother were living separately, and he was visiting her one night. In bed together, she told him that he did not have to come back anymore, but she just wanted a baby. What a despair and courage on her part. And this matches what she had told me before. She conceived me with a determination to raise me by herself because he didn't want a baby. I still believe that my father's love of me was genuine. But I have been reflecting on how my mother's pain caused by his betrayals had impacted me and the family. I even heard her saying that only my father raised me. Her reaction to me was, "You don't know what I had done." Yes, Mama, I know now that you had given me life. I am sorry. I hated you so much. So you might be wondering if I share anything about my stories with inmates. Well, yes, sometimes I may just say I can identify with your story. But I have also told them about my stories that I felt that they could identify with. Some of my writings have been printed in Chaplain Chat, published by my colleague for inmates. Relationship is mutual, and I don't believe that I could simply remain as an objective observer or rescuer with no problems of my own in my chaplain work. My journey continues, and there are many more stories from prison that have helped me grow. One important story often left untold is the level of poverty and despair people experience, including white families. In prison, statistics become real people's real stories. For me, it is important to be with people so much more than talking or reading about them or doing something for them. And because I also want others to treat me that way. Wouldn't you? Would you like to be a number, a label, or statistic? That is dehumanizing, isn't it? That's what Brian Stevenson is talking about. If they remain broken, we are too. I hope you have someone who can share stories with each other. You need not to go to prison to find them. It just so happened that I found such relationships in prison. Perhaps because suffering is concentrated in prison. So, what do you want me to know about you? How would you begin your story? I am ready to hear it. Amen. Ashe. Blessed be.
Thank you for that very compelling story, very compassionate story. So at this time, every Sunday, we take up a monetary offering to support our social justice work in our Orange County communities. And this month, our plate offering goes to New Hope Elementary School, not far from here. So please donate by placing cash or checks in the offering basket, and if by check, please write plate in the memo line, or you could use the QR code printed in your order service, and thank you for your generosity.
So the song that I will be singing is called I Need You to Survive. And this is an unapologetically Christian song. And I will tell you the words first. And like any use, if any words trigger you or offensive, you are perfectly welcome to translate them in your mind. And especially if you know the song and have sung it in different words, please feel free to join me. So the words are, I need you, you need me. We are all a part of God's body. Stand with me, agree with me. We are all a part of God's body. It is His will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive. You are important to me. I need you to survive. And then goes into I pray for you, you pray for me. I love you, I need you to survive. I won't harm you with words from my mouth, and I hope some of these words are not harming you. That's not in the lyrics. I love you, I need you to survive. And the ending is, it is His will. It is His will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive.
Thank you for that beautiful music. So everyone, please join me in our prayer of collective gratitude found in your order of service. May the bounty of friendship, community, and resources shared here among friends and loved ones fill us with deep gratitude. And please rise in body or spirit as we sing our closing hymn, Meditation on Breathing, that's in your teal hymnal, number 1009.
We're going to do this in 3 parts.
So David's going to lead this part of the room right here, and then the drone, which is just breathe. Yeah. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Yuri will lead this one. Breathe in. I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out.
Oh,
When
I'm sorry, I'm
I
not
breathe
in sync with him.
in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love.
Can I just say one thing about this song?
Sure.
This song was actually written by Sarah Van Jones, who is a UU credentialed musician, and she wrote actually a bigger song right after 9/11, and she expressed her despair, and this part was actually the chorus part, and that alone became the hymn. I just wanted you to know that. So, and I guess I'm doing the yeah. So, we are at the crossroads. Each one of us had come from a different place, through a different road. But this very moment, we were at the crossroads, and we still are at the crossroads. And because we had come to this crossroads, we had been changed by each other. As we part, take those moments with you so that your new path will form. And crossroads, where you and I meet. Crossroads, where you and I meet. Crossroads, where you and I meet. Crossroads, where we choose our destiny. Crossroads, where we choose our destiny. Crossroads, where God's labyrinth unfolds. Crossroads, where God's labyrinth unfolds. Crossroads, where we stand in the mystery. Crossroads, where we stand in the mystery. Crossroads.
Now please join me as we extinguish our sacred UU flame. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we're together again. Go in peace, my friends, and blessings.